watching ABC4 News, celebrating 75 years.
Welcome back. If you haven't had a chance to see the cherry blossoms at the Utah Capitol yet and want to, you should do so soon.
Yeah, check it out. The pink petals are starting to fall off the trees, but it's not too late just yet. That nice spring weather drawing people outside to see them and, of course, take the pictures before they're gone. So we spoke to one person today who was taking her senior pictures out there.
It's nice weather. It's not too cold, not too hot, and it's just like a perfect little breeze, perfect timing to take pictures.
Yeah, and a perfect scene to take pictures at. The scenery there. The Utah Capitol cherry blossoms typically reach peak bloom by the second week of April. They got a late start this year.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
It is hot outside, and that means a lot of that snow in the high country is melting.
Yes, and she's been able to visually show us what really is happening. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy, who's out live showing us the rivers and just how fast they are flowing, Alana.
Emily, Glenn, we've been talking about flood warnings all day. I'm in Plain City, and you can see just how close this neighborhood is to the lower Weber River, where actually this afternoon got that flood warning. Kevin Bailey lives in the area. I'm just going to snag you, Kevin, and ask you a question, because you were here back in 2011 when it was really bad. How does this compare?
It's pretty close to what it was. I mean, we got about a foot more, and then we're there, and we're gonna crest it.
And you said you were a little nervous going into it. I know that you're doing everything you can as a homeowner, but when you get that flood warning alert and you know that this is still going to rise, what goes through your head?
It's I'm pretty nervous for other people. We've been through it. We've put our dikes up. I hope they hold. But the people over on the other side, I'm pretty nervous for them.
I feel like the whole community is going to come together. We've watched as the sandbagging effort throughout the state has held on. And as we have the forecast getting a little higher middle of the week, where are you at?
Still pretty nervous. Pretty nervous. We got some places that are leaking and sandbags up against the banks, so just hoping everything holds.
I'm hoping for that for you too, Kevin. Thank you so much. Thanks for talking to us. Okay, so lower Weber River sitting at 25 feet. This is action stage. And as you look at the graphic here, it's going to show you where flood stage is. It's 27 feet. We're forecast to get there Wednesday into Thursday. Worrisome. You just heard from the residents, and anyone who's watching these waterways knows these are dangerous conditions. And we're going to stay with this even as the heat starts to back off. The threat and the river stays high. Now behind me, you see that alfalfa field. Yeah, there's no crop there, folks. We've got water that filled in that is now acting as a catch basin. So we've got ranchers, farmers, residents on edge with this. And that's the big story with the weather pattern here. Now, as we take a live view of Cedar City, you're going to be able to see that throughout the state, we've got this warmth and quieter temperatures, mid-70s down there in Iron County with a mix of sun and clouds. Now, beautiful temperatures after this long winter, but that comes with impact. Speaking of temps, we're going to look throughout the state, and you're able to see that we tied the record in Salt Lake. We hit 87 today. We broke the record in Cache Valley, and we've got temperatures running 15 degrees above seasonal norms. As we look at the forecast versus the average, you're able to see just how close areas like Provo are to the record. Salt Lake getting there, Logan going above it. Okay, the winds are a component of that. We've got the train coming through over on the Weber River here. Now the winds are coming from the south, and that southerly flow transports warmer air into the Beehive State, and that's where our temperatures climb. So a heads up there. High pressure in control, which you see on the satellite radar, which acts as a storm block and keeps moisture out of the area. And we've got a slight chance of thunderstorms. And that's in northeastern portion of our forecast area, and that's because moisture is trying to sneak around that ridge. Now, the ridge doesn't hold on. It's going to start to break down, and we cool off as we head through the next couple of days. The Futurecast takes us through. You watch that high pressure move to the east, and then we get an area of low pressure off the coast. It's a slow mover, but it's going to get to Utah by the end of the work week, and it's going to bring wet weather with it. In between, we get some slightly cooler temps, but the winds will be a big ticket item for the next couple of days, so just a heads up there. As we look at the regional forecast, you see we still hit the 80s tomorrow along the Wasatch Front in places like Salt Lake, 70s in other areas, backing off slightly, but still above average. Down in St. George, we get that upslope wind, and we're cooling there too. We're going to see those 80s. As we speak of St. George, we look at the 7-day forecast, which brings in the chance of thunderstorms and scattered thunder showers on Thursday as that area of low pressure impacts us. Wasatch Front shows a pattern shift because we get the chance of thunderstorms on Thursday, and then showers or the chance of sticks around as we make it through the weekend. So hot today, record-breaking warmth, and the heat holds on, and above average temps want to stick around. I'm going to send it back over to Glenn and Emily.